So MrBeast finally decided to take off his mask and show the world exactly who he really is. If you didn't know, Jimmy Donaldson, also known as MrBeast, teamed up with the Rockefeller Foundation to reshape philanthropy. Their stated mission is to drive progress for the most vulnerable, using a blend of storytelling, social media reach, and philanthropic resources. If you don't know who John D. Rockefeller is, let me tap you in real quick. Rockefeller created Standard Oil in 1870 and it became the largest oil company in the world, and at one point controlled 90% of the US oil refining. Whilst building his wealth through oil, he created the General Education Board in 1902 and began operating in 1903, dispensing Rockefeller funds to education. Accused the GEB of using funds to dictate what was really taught in schools, and some even called it thought control, designed to shape the educated population to serve the needs of industry and specific social economic agendas rather than to foster critical thinking and democratic citizenship. By 1911, the Supreme Court ruled that the chokehold he had on the oil industry was a monopoly, and he was ordered to break it apart, which then gave birth to the 7 sisters of the oil company, 3 being directly related to Standard Oil. Those companies were Exxon, Mobil, and Chevron. Gulf Oil at one point was a competitor of Standard Oil, but later down the years it merged with Chevron. He is considered the father of modern Western medicine, and directly funded the shift from alternative medicine and made the US system research focused and centralized. That being said, it obviously had its negative effects, which were also very controversial. Many schools serving black students and women were shut down. Medicine became more centralized and controlled, meaning only a small number of elite universities gained huge power over the entire medical system. Alternative and traditional medicine were pushed out. Not all alternatives were bad, but after reports, everything non-scientific was basically pushed out. Cost went up, more training and regulation made becoming a doctor harder and more expensive, raising the healthcare cost long term. In short, John D. Rockefeller built and reshaped the medical system. It's important to remember that he made his wealth from oil, becoming the first billionaire of his time, then used that wealth to update the medical system through his philanthropic donations to several colleges, universities, and institutions. We are not going to get into the conspiracy theories as to why he was so heavily involved in medicine, because that's just crazy talk. We don't get involved in conspiracies in this channel. We all know that we have benefited from his contributions, and we all should be thankful to him. He was a busy man involved in many different philanthropic projects and programs. We should be thankful MrBeast is teaming up with this foundation. It's probably the most important thing to ever happen to the youth, now that the Rockefeller Foundation has a direct access through MrBeast to hundreds of millions of young fans to provide progress for the most vulnerable. This is fantastic news. MrBeast really outdid himself this time. It wasn't enough for him to release a burger, chocolate, game show, even a fucking theme park in Saudi Arabia. Now he can spread his reach and do more with the backing of a 114-year-old foundation that literally shaped modern society. Many people are going to hate on this. Personally, I think I'm at the forefront of this hate movement, but it's not about me. But that being said, I think it's more important to remember that the future belongs to the youth. So MrBeast and the Rockefeller Foundation joining up is by far the greatest thing to ever happen. I mean, think about it. The father of old school philanthropy meets the modern philanthropist that is MrBeast. If MrBeast on YouTube existed in the early 1900s, this foundation would have done so much good by now and created so many free thinkers and not corporate slaves that follow exactly what they are told. This is personally the greatest thing that's ever happened since John D. Rockefeller started the General Education Board to create free thinkers and not workers, teaming up with MrBeast to help educate the youth with their programs and institutionalize education to create the greatest philosophers of tomorrow who will believe everything that they are told and shown on TV. I can't wait for what comes out of this. We have always liked MrBeast on this channel, and if you're new here, bless your heart for not sensing my sarcasm. That's all for the video, guys. I really appreciate you. If you can do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing, it really helps out the channel so much. Thanks again. I appreciate you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hasta luego, man.